Well, joining me now is the director of the Palestinian Solidarity Campaign, Ben Jamal. Ben, good to talk to you this afternoon.
Afternoon, Samantha.
What is your view?
Well, I sort of think we've gone to an Orwellian place in terms of the narrative about all of this. Let's refocus and concentrate on some facts. First of all, there is scheduled to be a very large protest about this game. We will be involved in that protest. Why are people protesting about this game? Well, it is part of a legitimate campaign to have Israel and Israeli football teams removed from international competitions. Why? Because of their widespread violations of international law. For 2 years, participation in what a UN Commission of Inquiry has judged to be a genocide. For 58 years, overseeing an illegal military occupation, and what has been judged by numerous human rights bodies as apartheid. There's a precedent for this. Russia has been removed from sporting competitions because of its illegal occupation of Ukraine, and people with longer memories will remember the ban on South Africa participating in sporting competitions because of apartheid. But let me also, a further important point is that the Israeli Football Association is in direct violation of FIFA's own statutes. There's been a long-standing campaign. There is a statute that says you cannot effectively have teams that belong to your football association conducting matches in another football association's territory. The Israeli Football Association has 6 teams that play on illegally occupied Palestinian land. It's a straightforward violation of FIFA's own rules. They haven't taken action because of largely political pressure from the US. But there's a narrow issue that's really important when we look at Maccabi Tel Aviv. Why is there a specific concern about Maccabi Tel Aviv and their fans? Their fans have a notorious history of racist violence and racist chanting. Most notoriously, but they've done this for decades, they participated in a match in Amsterdam in which they rampaged through the city, chanted grotesque anti-racist, anti-Palestinian racist slogans, including a slogan that said there are no schools in Gaza because we have killed all of the children, attacked Muslim residents of the city. Subsequently, the city council in Amsterdam has banned Maccabi Tel Aviv from participating in any games in the city and banned their fans.
As you will know, Ben, there are plenty of teams from countries around Europe where there are problems with racism, hooligan behaviour. I want to come back to your initial analogy about treating Israel like we've treated Russia. It's different. The political reality of that is different, though, isn't it? I mean, while the government may have commented on what has happened in Gaza, it remains the case, it remains a political reality that the UK is a friend to Israel in a way that it is not with Russia.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that rather emphasizes my point, which is an absolute inconsistency about the application of international law. In July 2024, the International Court of Justice, the world's highest court, ruled on the illegality of Israel's military occupation and said that every state, including the UK, had an obligation not to aid and abet that military occupation. Now, the UK has taken action to ensure it's not aiding and abetting the military occupation of Ukraine, but refuses to take action against the military occupation of Palestine. But look, there's a further issue here. I'm not aware. The idea that, taking action to stop the racist fans of a football club with a long history of racist violence attending a game is an example of anti-Semitism is grotesque. First of all, I would argue that's actually an anti-Semitic remark, because what it does, it equates all Jews with the actions both of the State of Israel, but also the actions of this notorious fan base. But secondly, let me say this. If, as I suspect is likely to happen, the Prime Minister puts political pressure on the relevant bodies for this decision to be reversed, and if, as is, I would say, completely predictable, Maccabi Tel Aviv fans come to Birmingham, march through the streets, chanting anti-Palestinian racist slogans, anti-Arab racist slogans, Islamophobic slogans, and maybe, as they have previously, commit racist acts of violence on local residents, Keir Starmer will own that. He will have green-lighted it. He will have facilitated it. He will have endorsed it. He's had not a word to say about that history of racist violence, not a word to say as to why the city of Amsterdam was so concerned. It's imposed a ban on this club participating in events in Amsterdam. What happens next is on Keir Starmer's plate.
Ben Jamal, thank you for talking to us on Sky News.